Hello student. Today we are going to study diffraction of light. Diffraction of light. Look at this figure. To understand the phenomena of diffraction, consider a point source S placed at a short distance from this narrow aperture AB. A screen is kept in front of it. The portion on the screen illuminated by light coming through this aperture is shown by, that is A dash, B dash. According to rectilinear propagation of light beyond point A dash, B dash, we expect geometrical shadow. Look at this figure, geometrical shadow. This is the aperture AB, obstacle, A dash, B dash. This is the geometrical shadow. This is the screen. We expect geometrical shadow region of total darkness according to Huygens theory. W1, W2, W3 and this Wn are spherical wavefronts approaching screen. Wavefront means what? Wavefront, the locus of all points of the medium to which wave will reach simultaneously so that all the points are in the same phase is called wavefront. Consider wavefront just across the screen shown by Wn. Consider the wavefront just across the screen shown by Wn. This X. X is the one point on this Wn. This X which is acts as the secondary source and spreads out secondary wavelets of radius Ct with its center X. Thus we find a part of wave going into prohibited area, that is the geometrical shadow region. These phenomena of bending of light waves around the corner and spreading into region of geometrical shadow is called diffraction. Thus we find light creeps into region of geometrical shadow beyond A dash, B dash. Now replace this aperture AB by this screen AB. By this screen AB means this is the closed surface. This is the open surface and this is the closed surface. The region between A dash, B dash, is a geometrical shadow region, but light makes its entry at point A dash, B dash, means like that. Okay. No sharp geometrical shadows are observed. We look at the sun with eyes half closed. The streaks of light that we see are due to diffraction at the hair on the eyelids. If we look at a strong source of light through a fine piece of cloth, color spectrum is observed. Due to diffraction at the fine threads of cloth, obviously the diffraction phenomena is observed only if the size of the obstacle is extremely small. Compared to the wavelength of light, let us study this phenomena quantitatively. In these two figures, this is the closed aperture. This is the closed aperture and this is the open aperture, means AB, and this is the closed. When AB, which is open, that time geometrical shadow regions which is observed on this surface. Here, look at this figure. Geometrical shadow. When this aperture AB, which is closed, that time the geometrical shadows which are observed on this region. Only illuminated regions are there in between A dash, B dash. That is the difference. So some example means from this conclusion, what is the definition of diffraction of light? The bending of light near the edge of an obstacle or slit and spreading into the region of geometrical shadow is known as diffraction of light. Some example of this diffraction of light. examples. First, when the sun is seen through a fine piece of cloth, a color spectra is observed. Second, the luminous border that surrounds the profile of mountain just before sun rises behind it. That is what? That is the example of diffraction of light. We know that. What is the interference of light? Interference of light means interference takes place when the waves interact with each other, while diffraction takes place when wave passes through an aperture. So what is that? This is the aperture. The waves which are passing through this aperture, we get the diffraction effect on this screen. But in interference of light, two waves interact with each other and we get the result on the screen. On this screen, alternate dark bright bands which are formed in interference pattern. In diffraction pattern, maxima and minima. Means position of maxima, position of minima which are formed on the screen. Maxima means what? That is the bright, and minima, that is the dark bands. It's alternate dark band which are formed. After that, types of diffraction. Types of diffraction. The diffraction phenomena is broadly classified into two types. First, Fraunhofer diffraction. Second, Fresnel diffraction. Fraunhofer diffraction, the source of light and the screen on which diffraction pattern is obtained are effectively at infinite distance from the diffracting system. In this case, we consider plane wavefront. The diffraction pattern is obtained by using convex lens. So in Fraunhofer diffraction, plane wavefronts which are used. So plane wavefront, in this plane wavefront, infinite distance are used. For Fresnel diffraction, second one, that is the Fresnel diffraction. The source of light and the screen are kept at finite distance from the diffracting system. In this case, we consider cylindrical or spherical wavefront. Means for a short distance, Fresnel diffraction. For a long distance, Fraunhofer diffractions are used. After that, next point we will discuss, that is the experimental setup for Fraunhofer diffraction. Experimental setup for Fraunhofer diffraction. So look at this figure. So experimental, this is the experimental setup for Fraunhofer diffraction. In this case, this is the screen, this is the lens, S is the source of light. So in this case, these are the rays which are incident on the slit and which are diffract, and we get the result on the screen. Setup for Fraunhofer diffraction has a monochromatic source of light S at the focus of converging lens. The emerging beam will consist of plane parallel ray, result in planed wavefronts. These are incident on diffracting elements such as a slit, a circular aperture, a double slit. In this case, circular aperture S is a point source and lenses are biconvex. These are the lenses, that is the biconvex. For linear elements like slits, the source is linear and the lenses are cylindrical in shape, so that the focus image is also linear. Emerging beam is incident on another converging lens that focus the beam on the screen. By using this experimental setup of Fraunhofer diffraction, we find out that the Fraunhofer diffraction at a single slit. The use, that is the Fraunhofer diffraction at the single slit. So this Fraunhofer diffraction at single slit we will discuss in next lecture. So thank you.